Fortnite Chapter 1 is a time that you probably look back on fondly. Your friends were all playing the game, no one was complaining about anything that ever got added to the game, and even in Chapter 2, it was just such a good time to play Fortnite. It was sorta just like a you had to be there moment, and when Season OG happened, it was Fortnite's peak. 40 million people logged on one day, and over 100 million people played in the month of November. Those are insane numbers that shows that Chapter 1 was just the superior chapter to every other chapter. Right? Now, before you go down and comment, this guy would never be able to understand the complexity of Chapter 1. First of all, I started back in Season 4. I'm an OG. I have an opinion on this game that I want to share. Before we get into that, however, I just want to say, we hit 10,000 subscribers. That's pretty crazy. Genuinely, thank you all. It's insane that we were able to do this in 1 year. Like, that's freaking crazy. With that being said, we hit 10K before 2025. So you know what that means? Okay, the camera's working. 3, 2, 1, yeah. Alright, that's really it, I guess. Bye. There you go. There was the elbow reveal. Are we cool? Okay. With that being said, you guys should like and subscribe and also use code LilSmurf in the Fortnite item shop. Let's get into this. So for starters, let's look back at the community during Chapter 1 because no one was complaining during this time, right? No, actually, there were a lot of people who were complaining, such as all the way back in Season 5. In Season 5, the P90 got added, and it sort of introduced the spray and pray meta that a lot of people like to call it, and people were mad about this. I remember very vividly when people were complaining about the P90, saying that this would kill Fortnite and that they missed the old Fortnite. Sound familiar? Season 6, during Fortnitemares, they added zombies, which, again, people hated. Season 7 added the planes, and oh my gosh, people hated the planes. I remember back when Season 7 first came out, I was talking to some of my friends about the planes that got added, and I said to them that I actually kind of liked the planes, and one of my friends said, "Shut up, you don't enjoy true Fortnite." But now, everyone looks back on Season 7 and says, oh my gosh, the winter vibes were all here, the Christmas music, oh my gosh, I love the Christmas music, I can feel it coming inside of me. Season 8 had slightly less complaining, but there still was a lot of it because of the ballers, and people were saying that Fortnite was going to die to Apex Legends, which is pretty funny. Then came Season 9 when they removed the pump shotgun, and there was an absolute uproar during that season. People hated the combat shotgun and said that Fortnite was going to be on a downfall. This is the season that kills Fortnite. They also got rid of Tilted and replaced it with Neo Tilted, which people were also up in arms about. Then came Season X, and oh my god. I don't really think I need to explain why people hated Season X so much. I mean, the mechs alone were causing people to rage quit and just all out quit the game, quote unquote. And people were getting tired of Chapter 1. They were saying that Fortnite was going on for too long and that it should just end right then and there. And then it basically did for 2 days with the Black Hole event. Now, think of this from the perspective of a non-Fortnite player. They probably saw all of this and they were like, wow, the community hated these seasons a lot. Surely they still have the same opinions as of right now, right? No, they do not have the same opinions as they did back then. Every single day it feels like you see constant nostalgia edits of the better Fortnite, hashtag nostalgia overload. Which is really funny to me because I see these nostalgic edits of Winterfest from 2018 and I'm like, bro, you hated this season. And remember that friend I was talking about who said that he hated Season 7 because of the planes? Well, I talked to him now and he says, oh yeah, Season 7 was such a good season. It's hands down my favorite of all time. Like, what? Why are all of you guys switching sides all of a sudden? I thought we all hated Chapter 1. And it happens every single chapter. Remember Chapter 2? People were hating on that too. People hated Season 2, people hated Season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They hated all of the seasons in that chapter. But then Chapter 3 rolls around and they're like, oh my gosh, maybe we were too hard on Chapter 2. It was actually pretty good. Then we go to Chapter 4, and people are like, oh, maybe we were too hard on Chapter 3, you know, it was actually pretty good. I love the Spider-Man. And now Chapter 5 rolls around, and people were like, oh my gosh, I miss Chapter 4 so much, take me back, Fortnite, take me back. And I can guarantee you that the same thing is going to happen in Chapter 6. Even if Chapter 6 has better gameplay, story, live events, everything, people are still gonna hate on it and say that old thing better. People are gonna say, oh, maybe we were too hot on Chapter 5, even though I remember people absolutely hated Chapter 5 with a passion. Trust me, I'm a YouTuber. I should know the amount of complaining that happened during Chapter 5, and some of it was justified. And I can guarantee you that people are gonna look past all of the bad aspects of Chapter 5 and immediately start making TikTok nostalgic edits of it because they miss the quote-unquote old Fortnite. I'm already seeing it happen. I was scrolling on social media the other day and I saw a nostalgic edit for Chapter 5 Season 1, and I do not want to hear no nostalgic edits of that. I remember the amount of hate that Season 1 got. People were saying we weren't getting enough content. People were saying that the TMNT collab felt out of place, which it did. People said the Metal Gear Solid collab was wasted. People were saying that the Reaper sniper rifle was annoying. People were saying horrible things about this season, calling it bottom 3 seasons of all time. I do not want to see you making nostalgic edits of that, knowing that 5 months ago, you were calling this the worst season of all time. Listen, it's fine to have your opinion change over time, but we go through this same cycle over and over and over again. Every single season, we look back on the past one and we're like, maybe it wasn't actually that bad. What I'm saying here is Chapter 1 was good. Don't make this a hate video on Chapter 1, because that was not what I was trying to do with this video. But recently, it was announced that Chapter 1 is going to be coming back permanently. And it seems like Fortnite is going to go out of their way to make it as quote-unquote OG as possible. They're bringing back OG gun models. It's going to be the Chapter 1 Season 1 map. And it's going to bring back Double Pump, which is something that I never thought Fortnite would do. However, I'm still more hyped for Chapter 6 than I am for OG's return. And I will always be more hyped for something new coming than something old coming back. And I feel like Fortnite is sort of relying on nostalgia a little bit too much at this point. I mean, seriously, let's think about this. Why was Fortnite OG so successful and so much fun? It's because it's been 5 years since we've gone back to that map. Half of a decade, and there was almost no way for you to play on the OG map. The only other ways that were somewhat close were private servers, which weren't really that safe or secure, so those were kind of out of the picture, or those UEFN recreations back in Mega, which were really buggy, were not monetized, which led to people not being able to, play it properly. So overall, there was no way for you to play the Chapter 1 map in its entirety, and when Season OG came back, it was so hype because everyone was excited to play on the OG map with the OG loot pool. Everyone came back, all of your friends came back, everyone was on this game. It was such a fun time to play Fortnite. And then came Reload. Okay, you know, it's a permanent Chapter 1 mode, but it adds a little twist on it. You know, that's pretty cool. But we just had OG a while back, why do we need this right now? And then we go into Remix, and it's like, okay, they're bringing back another old map in order to boost up player numbers, which, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing recreation, and Epic Games did a good job at recreating the map, but at the same time, it's just like, And now we're getting permanent OG. This makes it the 3rd time that we've gone back to the Chapter 1 map. Not to mention that now we technically have 2 permanent OG modes in the game. Do we really need 2? Were there aspects of Chapter 1 that were better than modern Fortnite? Yes. Were there aspects of modern Fortnite that were better than Chapter 1? Yes. I'm not saying that one chapter is better than the other, but I'm saying that people are putting on rose-tinted glasses and looking back on something that people originally hated. And if you did enjoy those seasons, that's amazing, and I'm glad that you enjoyed those seasons. I'm talking about the people who didn't enjoy those seasons and are now immediately switching sides because old good, new bad. I think Fortnite is just relying a little bit too much on nostalgia now. I also think that it's going to get rid of the novelty of OG. Because, once again, back when it first got announced, it had been almost half a decade since it came out. People were excited to finally play on the OG map again, and when it left, it felt like people got their money's worth of the game because they were able to play on the OG map for a good amount of time. But now that it's going to be around permanently, I feel like people are going to realize Chapter 1's flaws, and it's also going to make Chapter 1 feel less special. Having it just be permanently around is going to make everything sort of blend together, and it's not going to feel entirely new or nostalgic because it's just always going to be around. Before I end this video, I just want to say that this is my opinion. You can go ahead and call me a new gen in the comments and all of that. I'm just saying that Chapter 1 has problems, but so does new Fortnite. And I am just more excited for new Fortnite than I am something old coming back. For example, I'd probably put my Chapter 6 hype on a scale at 9, and I'd probably put my Chapter 1 hype at probably like a 4 or 5. That's all I really wanted to say. Be sure to like and subscribe. Use code LilSmurf in the Fortnite item shop. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.